G'day friends, welcome to today's YouTube video. My name is James and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. We have another page in 10, a part of our 10-minute journaling series where we just take a page, complete it in 10 minutes, see what we can get done, learn a little something along the way, but most of all, just enjoy ourselves getting our hands moving, getting our supplies in use, and just having a good time. Okay, so anyway, before we get started, I try to keep these 10 minutes long, but it is really hard to do like an intro outro without getting carried away, because you know what I'm like. Anyway, we need this before we start. So you don't actually super need this, but just in case we have time for it, a white paint pen. But ultimately, I'm just going to use a mechanical pencil, and I need you to get these colors for me, unless you're going to find your own version of doing this. Like, I've already kind of tweaked this a little bit. Essentially, what I want to do is get a color, and I want the opposite color as well. So I've picked a red, and I've picked a green. I've actually taken a really strong red, and then kind of like an aqua, not even an aqua, what's this called? Light phthalo green. Okay, so this one's not a super green, but do you know what I mean? We want one color, and then the opposite color on the spectrum. The color wheel. So this is going to teach us a little bit about color theory, I guess. no more than just finding the opposites. That's about it. Yellow and purple, I've chosen kind of like a dustier yellow, I guess. What's this one called? It's Holbein Artist Colored Pencil. It's called a Naples yellow, so it's really light, kind of sandy. And this is a strong violet. And then we also want an orange and blue. Those are opposites. I've actually got this MD Paper Products orange, and then a Luminance, Caran d'Ache Luminance pencil, and this one is malachite, light malachite green. Well, to me it looks blue, so maybe this will also teach you that you have color blindness, which I usually have in yellow green. So now I'm confused. That looks blue to me? Anyway, we'll see. Fuchsia. I'm using a pink as well. This one doesn't have an opposite that I'm using, but I wanted to just pop some little bits and pieces in there with fuchsia as well. So those are the colors we're going to be using. You could also find your own favorite alternatives. You can use a stronger yellow with a lighter purple, etc., etc. I'm just going to go through how I do it, and essentially we're going to use 2 pages today. So if you can get a 2-page spread ready for me, or at least a spread in your journal where even if you've got stuff on the side, there's a usable space over the spine, this little binding bit here. So let's get cracking. I need to put my timer on. Set timer for 10 minutes. I don't know why I speak like a robot to it. Okay, 10 minutes, we've started. We're gonna draw today. Let's get into it. I want you to draw a line that goes across both pages. We kind of want everything to be symmetrical. So whatever you draw on the left, you're gonna draw on the right. I'm gonna draw kind of a straight line that starts to curve up, like a big smile across the page. And then a rounded semicircle. So this should almost look like a, what's that called? What's that thing called? My goodness, I've forgotten. Gumdrop shape. There we go. It's basically a circle with flattened off bottom. Great, I've got lots of sketchy lines, but that's how I sketch, so hopefully that's fine. About maybe like just a finger's width away from the center, I'm just gonna slightly curve a line down to the bottom of the page. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. If you've got a grid on each side, you could actually measure it out if you wanted it to be super symmetrical, but that might take a lot of time. We only have 10 minutes. So let's just stick with let's just eyeball it, right? From the bottom of this page where you were kind of swinging this line out, swing it out a little bit more, and then create a big C shape. It's gonna be an ear. We're going for a bit of a Yoshitomo Nara inspired character today, and she's gonna take up both pages and be super cute, and we're gonna color her in a really fun way. Oh, by the way, you didn't need pencils. You could actually use anything, but as long as those colors, you have the opposite color available. I'm just going to erase some of those lines. I'm not going to outline this today, so I do want my line work to be, I guess, not as messy. Too late for that, right? Okay, so we've swung out these big kind of bracket shapes for ears. And we're going to put the same shape inside, a little C on the left page, a little backwards C on this page. That's the inner of the ear. Hopefully they're as symmetrical as I can get them today. Again, you shouldn't be too precious. Inside, this is the face. We want to put these 2 oval shapes kind of lower, almost where the C shapes are on your ears, like the inners of your ears. It's kind of lower and to the bottom of the face, but really spread out. There should be a big gap between the spine and your eyes. And they're sideways oval shapes. Inside those sideways oval shapes, we want to draw a circle. I don't want the full circle in there though, I just kind of want brackets. Maybe brackets was a better way to say it. Little brackets, so that we've got some white space on either side of the brackets. Those are our pupils. just bolden up that line a bit so I can see it a little better. And then I'm going to put some little lashes, just flicks that flick to the top part of the ear, just on the edge of my eyes. Really straight lines that flick to the top part of that ear. I can also erase, because I'm using a pencil, if it just gets too wonky and wild, I can erase little bits of it. So I might just take that liberty as we go, if you don't mind. Alright, right between the eyes, just take a step towards the center of the book. Oh, there's my friend. And draw a little notch, almost like you're going to draw a V towards the middle of the page. But these are going to be the nostrils. This is very Yoshitomo Nara, these little nostrils. And then cross the spine. You won't be able to see it because I've got a hump here, but I'm going to put a little straight line that extends to those nostrils, and that's going to be the mouth. Hopefully it looks like it's straightened out on the camera. It looks wild in real life. In any case, we're combining the two pages, right? At the top of this head, I'm going to go about 12 noon mark here on my journal. I'm going to put a straight line. I'm not going to go all the way to the edge of the head though. When I almost get to the edge of the head, I'm just going to cut it off down towards the ear, like a little straight line down there. And now I'm going to go from ear to ear and just slightly extend that top part of the hair away from that face shape. So just a big rainbow. And then where it looks like if you kept drawing that line going straight down to the page, I'm just going to skip the ear and then just draw a straight line to the edge of the page. There we go. Let me get to the edge of both these pages. How much time do we have? 5 minutes. We're halfway through, so we need to get the color on here. If you want, you can do a big bow. I'm going to do a little optional for you here. Just a square in the middle of that hair, a big triangle on the left, a big triangle on the right, and then 2 sticks out past the ear with a V shape at the edge, like you've cut the ribbon in that V shape. So there's a big bow if you feel like it. If you want, just erase that hairline underneath those triangles so that that doesn't get in our way. We're going to color it in now, and this is the fun part. We're going to just swap colors. So whatever we do on the left, we have to find the opposite color for the right, and it's going to give us, great, a broken pencil. It's going to give us the inverse of the image. It's going to look like we've inverted the colors. It will up until a point. We're actually going to try and do this quickly so we can put some details in that confuse your eyes into thinking, I'm seeing the inverted image, but it's not completely inverted. And that's what I like to do with illustration. Even if it looks like you can understand what's going on, just like to subvert that understanding just a little bit, just so it's something you wouldn't see in real life. Which, I mean, we're already doing. Look at this. Look at this crazy little girl. So I'm going to do yellow for the face. I'm going to give her purple hair. I'm just really scribbling this in because I don't have too much time to be a neat colorist today. I'm going to give her purple. I actually like the scribble texture as well. I think it's fun for these really simple images, because the shapes are all pretty boxy and simple, so it reads really well. Color in her hair purple. I'm going to color in her bow orange. Oh goodness, is every one of my pencils going to break today? Thank goodness I've got a spare of that orange. I should get a time extension for my broken pencils. There's the orange. And then for her dress, I'm going to give her green. Oh, I forgot to put her collar on. She's got 2 U shapes that lead from the edge of the dress into the center of the spine, or the gutter of the book. Color this part green. I'm also going to color her eye green here, the pupil. And then this little color red. Now we need to flip everything. So remember we had the pairings at the start of the video? Wherever there was yellow, there now has to be purple on this side. So it should be easy. You're just going to find the opposite and repeat on this side. And you're going to do it super quick because we only have 3 minutes. Not to put the pressure on, you can obviously spend longer on this if you would like to make it neater, but I don't have the time today. Well, I do, but it's not the point of the video, right? I always get tempted to be like, well, if you want to finish it, here's the extended version of this video, and I think that's just not the purpose of this series. If it can't be done in 10 minutes, I shouldn't be doing it. Which is really hard, because I can journal for hours and just keep enjoying myself, but... Oh, I love this red. It's a Caran d'Ache Luminance red, and I think it's called Signal. No, it's called Scarlet. It's really pretty. There's another one called Signal Red that I like. I think that's Holbein. And then blue. This is what I thought was blue. I'm now curious to see if it looks green, since it says it was green. Nope, still looks blue to me. Oh well, you be the judge of that. Sound off in the comments below. Am I colorblind blue-green? Okay, there is our finished little doll. Now I'm going to take the pink. Remember, the pink didn't have an opposite. I'm going to color my shadow areas with the pink. So inside that eye, I'm also going to shade just a little bit above the eyes. I'm going to put pink cheeks on. Wow, this pencil's getting really muddy. I didn't realize that pencil shifted that much on this paper. A little bit on the nose. And whatever I'm doing to the left, I'm doing to the right this time with the pink. I'm going to put it at the underneath the ear and the chin on the hair. Just a little scribbling of pink down there. Just to add a bit of shadow in there. I'm going to put it at the side at the top of the ears. This also kind of strengthens the outline a little bit. I'm going to put it on the side of the bow, where it's near the head, behind those triangles. And then right next to that square part of the bow, just put some pink in there. There we go. Before we do anything else, those are our shadows. I just want to strengthen up these eyes so that they look a little bit more intentional and readable when you look at the page. So I'm taking my pencil and just making that line a bit more bold. There we go. Put that ear back in, under the face a little bit. Just want to try and bolden up my image a touch. Some of the details get a little lost. Not that it's super detailed anyway. You could do a really neat version of this. I think it would look really cute. And then white, a white paint pen. I'm going to put dots, and I'm going to do the same thing I did with the pink. Whatever happens on the left happens on the right. And this is where it's like, okay, so we've inverted the colors, but the pattern hasn't inverted and the shadow hasn't inverted. I'm going to put stripes, or check actually. I'll put a check pattern on the dress. Oh, and a little eyebrow on either side. You can choose her expression. I'm going to go pretty neutral by just scribbling just kind of a straight line underneath that fringe. Oh, we're done. I just got it finished. I was so stressed. Could you hear it in my voice? That probably wasn't the most comfortable thing to watch in the world. I don't know if I should do this because it was just a thought in my head, but I want to show you at the very least, if you wanted to finish this and you had some stuff around the edges, or you just wanted to finish this page, I would take my pink and just lightly scribble out. I kind of press a little heavier at the edge of my image to get a darker pink, or a stronger pink I should say, and then I lighten up my pressure as I leave the image, and that'll give you this nice little soft blended outline, kind of a glow really, a bit of a soft pink glow, and you can take that right out to the edge if you want, but it's also a nice way to kind of re-solidify the outline of that shape, since she's kind of wild with all her sketchy lines. And I think that's a nice way to finish it. I'm going to use this as my time penalty because I had to like my extra time since I had to do my pencil sharpening. So we'll call it even, but just putting a little pink border on there and coloring it out to the edge. You could just watercolor it as well. That would be a quicker way to do it. I think watercolor would be a nice way to actually color this in. It'd be a little less texture, I'm assuming, but again, with these 10-minute videos, I really do have to consider what will be a problem in the time frame, and I just don't see the colors being able to dry quick enough. And I think everything might have flowed together into a big puddle. So if you were going to spend more time on this and you just wanted to take the image and take the idea and actually complete it with, you know, a longer time frame, that's completely fine. I encourage you to do whatever is going to make you the happiest. But for my 10-minute people out there, this would be my last little bit before you rush off to whatever you've got to do today. And I hope you had a wonderful day spending time with me. Don't forget to hashtag page in 10 so that we can see it on social media and enjoy your little Yoshitomo Nara inspired girls today. Hope you had a wonderful time. I'll see you again for another one of these videos in this series. Let me know how you're going. Let me know if you're liking it. Let me know if there's anything you think would be fun to see or try. And yeah, I never promise that I'm going to do any of those suggestions, but they are good to have in the back of my brain for when I'm coming up with the next video. Okay. Thanks for being here. I'll see you soon. Bye.
Without water, and they cave when it's cold, we could go your head on my shoulder.